So there's going to be no surprise here, as I'm going to be the very first Madden YouTuber to be rebuilding the New England Patriots, but with the new addition of Stefon Diggs. So if you guys want to see more fast uploads like this, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. I would appreciate that. Now, Stefon Diggs is 31 years old. It was a 3-year contract. Overall, the Patriots do have the money to spend. They don't have to pay Drake May right now, so I really don't think that this is overall a bad contract. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, it's an overpay. He's older. If you have the money, spend the money, especially whenever it's a 3 or 4 year deal. You don't have to pay Drake May. He's going to have a 5th year option if he does want to hold out for his contract that long, or if he doesn't want an extension that long. Usually people do want money, but it was a 3-year deal. Again, you have the money, so use the money. I don't understand why teams don't get that concept. So even if it was an overpay, it's really not that big of a deal. It's not like they're going to be an extreme cap debt long term because of this contract. I think it was a good signing to help Drake May's development. I like it a lot. You got Demario Douglas, Kendrick Bourne, Kayshon Boutte as well. The offensive line here needs huge improvement. I can easily see them taking Kelvin Banks in the first round or some type of offensive tackle. I personally think taking an offensive lineman with a top 5 pick is just a bad move, because it's like, if they're really good, that's nice to have, but at the same time, it's not going to make a major difference on your team unless it's like a generational offensive tackle or a generational offensive guard. And if they're really bad and they turn out like Evan Neal or someone like that, I know he was a top 10 pick, not a top 5, but if it turns out like that, it's like you wasted that pick on an offensive lineman that's just atrocious. It's just not good. Either way, though, looking into the Madden team, a little bit different than in real life. Cole Strange is really good in Madden simulation. Mike is awful in simulation until you move him to guard. You got Hunter Henry. I recently did a rebuild, Patriots rebuild, with Carlton Davis. He's here on the team. Christian Gonzalez is a GOAT when he's healthy. You got Marcus Jones. Keon White, he usually gets a lot of tackles for a loss in simulation, but he's not really good at getting sacks. You recently signed Milton Williams as well. Jabril Peppers. This team, it's not good, but it's got like the pieces it needs for now. I can definitely see the build up. The linebacking core needs a little bit of help, but the secondary looks really nice on paper. That's really nice to see. Drake May's been looking good so far. I really think you need a new running back. Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson will not cut it for you long term. I think you should draft one. This running back class is stacked, especially in the 2nd to 3rd rounds. I know some people say Tetairoa McMillan is sliding down boards, but he ran a really fast 40-yard dash for being 6'5", 211 here. So I think we're still going to pair him with Stefon Diggs, get a long-term guy for Drake May. And of course, Tetairoa McMillan can learn and be mentored behind Stefon Diggs as well. Tetairoa McMillan on the outside, you got Kendrick Bourne or Kayshon Boutte or, Jalen Polk in the slot, whatever you want there. But either way, I think we need to build up this receiving core around Drake May. And I know you can take offensive tackle here. Offensive line is a big problem, but I already explained this before. I'm going to go with Tetairoa McMillan. In round number 2, picking up offensive guard Jaden Roberts out of Alabama, 6'5", 316, normal development, but he has 88 strength, 78 acceleration here, A impact blocking, A run block power, so doesn't seem too bad. And then in the 3rd round, picking up halfback Ollie Gordon II here out of Oklahoma State, 6'2", 221 with normal development, but 91 speed, 90 acceleration, A ball carrier vision, B break tackle, stiff arm trucking. He is an elusive back archetype, which doesn't make sense considering he has F juke move, but B stiff arm, B trucking, and B break tackle. But sure, I'll take it. And then in the 4th round, picking up right outside linebacker Josiah Stewart here out of Michigan, run stopper archetype. I moved into a 4-3 instead of a 3-4. I know they run a 3-4 in real life. It's my rebuild. I like 4-3s much better. I'm just more comfortable in them. This guy, even though he doesn't seem the best athletically, he seems pretty good. A hit power, B tackle, 82 speed, 82 strength, 85 acceleration, normal development though. Now this is the team after the draft here. Roberts is a 70 overall, but it looks like So here is going to be playing right guard, which I low-key don't want. Can I cut Robinson? I'm sorry for anyone who's a Layden Robinson fan. I just want my other guy to start. So we're going to give Roberts a chance. You never know with them. Tetairoa McMillan is going to be the 2. Demario Douglas can play in the slot, or Jalen Polk. I'm really fine with either one of these guys. Then Ollie Gordon's not going to start. It's just going to be Ramondre Stevenson for now because he's the higher overall. And then defensively, anything else here that I really like? Caleb Chase on complete bust. I forgot they signed him. You got Jack Gibbons. Actually, that's a nice signing. And Stewart's only a 68 overall. Everything else here looks the same, not really too much of a difference. It's a solid team for sure on paper, but in real life, I know I didn't draft too much at offensive line. We'll see how they play, and we'll see how Drake May performs with his new receiving core. Let's just move into the midseason mark. 2-5, typical Patriots season, 7th in offensive passing yards, so those new receivers are really helping. Defense allowing is 27th in points per game, not very good. Our defensive passing game is good. Our defensive rushing game, Milton Williams doesn't seem to be helping. because it's currently ranked 29th in the NFL, as the Jets defense is doing really well. Scouting national focus, I'm going to do offensive tackle here. For the players ready to negotiate, Marcus Jones, he's young, he has star development. I'll do a 3-year contract. $5 million a year is a steal for him, so I'm going to definitely take that. Juan Bentley, he's pushing 30. We'll see how he plays. Kayvon Chaison's a total bust. Don't want him. Our GOAT Joshua Dobbs here, he doesn't have the mentor tag, so I'm not going to re-sign him. And then all these other extras just don't want. Christian Gonzalez, I'm probably not going to accept his option. I'm probably just going to pay him out his bag while I can. So apart from that, let's move into the playoffs. And we go 8-9, significant improvement from last season. 3rd best passing defense in the NFL, 12th best offensive passing game. So overall, really not bad for how bad of a team we were, coming off 2 one-score losses against the Buccaneers and the Steelers that could have put us in the playoffs. So we're pretty close, actually. As Drake May, nice season for him, almost 100 pass rating, 22nd best offense here, 12th best defense, over 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, almost literally 0.1 shy from a 100 pass rating season. Got sacked 38 times. Honestly thought he would get sacked a lot more. 12th in passing yards, 8th in passing touchdowns. Nice season from Drake May. Andre Stevenson, 3.6 per carry is not cutting it. 10 touchdowns is nice. No fumbles is nice as well. I mean, Drake May here with 4 rushing touchdowns as well. Antonio Gibson with 1 as well, but 3.6 per carry is not good enough. Stefon Diggs, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Hunter Henry, 900 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's doing really good. It's because I'm in the Chiefs playbook. They specifically target the tight ends. Tedero McMillan, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. Keyshawn Boutte, 750 yards, 8 touchdowns. I guess he was in the slot and not Demario Douglas. Sacks allowed, Morgan Moses is not going to get a re-signing. 16 sacks allowed by him. Mike only allowing 6. That's surprising. Usually in simulation, he is awful, and I have to move him inside to guard, but that's actually pretty good. And then we got Garrett Bradbury allowing 5, Cole Strange allowing 5, and then Jaden Roberts allowing 5. Honestly, not bad, other than Morgan Moses, of course. Robert Spillane with 120 tackles, 105 for Juan Bentley. Tackles for a loss, 15 for Harold Landry, 11 for Christian Barmore, and then 8 for Robert Spillane. Sacks, 13 for Harold Landry. When healthy, I think he's great, but he's very rarely healthy. 9 for Milton Williams, 5 for Christian Barmore. And then tackles, I kind of want to re-sign Juan Bentley. 2 interceptions, 2 tackles for a loss, 105 tackles. That's a pretty good season from him. And then 3 interceptions for Carlton Davis, the new signing. 12 deflections from Juan Bentley. Wow, yeah, he's going to get a re-signing. He's actually doing really well. Robert Spillane, 7 deflections from him. And then safeties is 1 for Harold Landry. Defensive touchdowns is 0. I really wish it would show the yards allowed for the corner, because that would really tell you how good a corner actually is, rather than just looking at interceptions and tackles and deflections. I really wish they would show that stat, but they never will. And the Bills beat the Packers in the Super Bowl, getting their first ever Super Bowl win. Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Patriots. Shador Sanders wins the Rookie of the Year with the Browns. In the AFC East, thank God Morgan Moses retires, Thomas Morstead retires, and Denzel Perryman all retire. For the team upgrades here, Hunter Henry goes to superstar development. Unfortunately, Drake May doesn't get an upgrade, and Tedero McMillan is just a star development, but it's not a bad start. Jaden Roberts is up to a 75 overall from a 70, so not a bad rookie year. Robert Spillane gets superstar development. Juan Bentley is regressing despite his good season, but not really too many upgrades on the team, but definitely had a solid season for what it was compared to in real life. 8-9, really not that bad. For the players ready to negotiate, I already said I don't want to accept Christian Gonzalez's option because I just want to pay him his bag already. Juan Bentley had a great year with us. I'm not going to do 2 years. I'll do 1 year. I have the money to pay him. I'll boost his contract for 1 year. He's going to re-sign back with the team. Kayvon Chaisson and all these other extras can walk. So apart from that, let's move into free agency. I highly doubt anyone's going to have interest in our team. We got Derrick Henry, who's 32 years old, as the top prospect with a punter. Yeah, this is a chopped free agency. Brian Robinson, he's about to be 28. He's going to start regression. Romeo Dobbs, I just don't want. I kind of like Demario Douglas. I don't want Tyler Algier. He's really not that good in simulation. I don't like anything here. I mean, Ivan Pace actually is not a bad shout. If I can pay him extra money to be here, I will. And disappointing free agency, I offered on a defensive tackle and I offered on Ivan Pace. They both rejected, but I always see this guy in free agency. He's a superstar development kicker that always just hits free agency and nobody picks him up. So I gave him a 4-year contract, 23 years old, superstar development. He's going to be our long-term kicker. But yeah, I just don't like this free agency. Nobody wants to play for us. I have money to spend and I would like to add players for the long-term game, but a lot of these players are just, I mean, Nakobe Dean isn't a bad shout, but he's not going to make like that much of an impact for the team. I want younger players that I can sign for longer term deals. This free agency class is just total buns. I don't really like anything here. I'm just going to move into the draft, which I know is technically unrealistic because in real life you sign a bunch of small players for the depth chart, but I'm just going to let the AI do that. I'm not going to do that. But in this draft, we get pick number 14. Not bad, not bad. I mean, I'm willing to pick an offensive tackle at this position, but if I can trade down, I will. There's a left tackle, Connor Banks here out of Miami, 6'5", 314. Good strength is what I like to see. Elite acceleration, A's and B's across the board. Looks pretty good. The problem I have with offensive tackles, even if they look good, I mean, this is a stacked class. I can't lie. This is a stacked class. I can easily trade down. James Thomas looks pretty good. 6'4", 320 out of Michigan. Solid strength is a bit worrying there. I can definitely trade down on this class. I think I'm just going to do that. If I trade down to pick 29, the Vikings will give me their second-round pick as well, which honestly, I'd rather have quantity more than quality right now because I need to fill in a lot of positions. So that might not be a bad shout. I can have 2 next year's first-round picks from the Falcons. I can't give up my this year's first, or I can have 2 next year's from the Dolphins. I really don't like a lot of these options. I might just stick and pick here. That's pretty good value overall from the Vikings. I wish they were a little bit higher of a pick. Honestly, I think I'm just going to stick and pick. Let's sort them by the physicals and see how good they are. Does anyone have elite strength on this guy? No, this guy is marginal poor, solid, not very good past that point. And then these guys, first, second rounder, second, or third rounder, yeah. Connor Banks seems like the best guy. He better have hidden development. Getting normal development in offensive lineman is tragic. Really good athleticism, A, awareness, A, run block finesse. He has good pass blocking as well. Agile archetype. I'm going to pick up Connor Banks as our franchise left tackle. Ranked 47, got him at 14. Please have hidden development, and he does. Makes it totally worth it. I don't care if he's ranked 47th. He will be our franchise left tackle. Usually, the franchise left tackles as a rookie don't really start out that well. Takes them a few years to develop, but we'll see. Round 2, looking at halfback, Spencer Callaway doesn't seem the best. This day 3 guy honestly looks better. I'll wait for that. Let's get a new center in Tyler Darby here. Garrett Bradbury's not bad, but he doesn't seem the long-term guy. Jackson Flanagan out of Texas doesn't seem bad. Solid strength, elites across the board. I'm going to pick Flanagan for sure here. Let's see what we got. Ranked 38, got him at 46 here. Hidden development, 85 strength, 62, not 62. I mean 6'2", 303 out of Texas. Looks pretty good. Gonna look at defensive tackle, and Kendrick Sims doesn't seem too bad here. I like my depth at defensive tackle. Run stopper, 6'3", 340, great strength. That's kind of all I need to see. Probably gonna have normal development. Ranked 81, got him at 78. Hidden development, 93 strength for a rookie is great. I love having my depth at defensive tackle in a 4-3 scheme. It makes a big difference. Is that halfback still there? Probably not. He was a day 3. Ooh, Matthew Shelley here. A trucking. Looks pretty good overall. Let's check Matthew Sally here, not Shelley. 5'11", 224 power back at a TCU here. Good strength, good jumping, poor change direction. It's not something I like, but A trucking, A stiff arm. Why not just take a chance on him in the 4th round? Ranked 137, got him at 110. Hidden development. Why not just give him a chance and start him off the rip? Probably not going to be good in the first year. Again, you got to give him a lot of time to develop in Madden simulation. And then in round number 5, looking at a tight end, because Hunter Henry, I honestly just don't plan on re-signing. You can just easily cycle through tight ends in simulation. Eddie Benjamin, post UDFA, 6'5", 265. Good speed, good strength, good acceleration here. A catch in traffic, A short route, B pass block, B catching. Even though he's a post UDFA, I'm going to take a chance on him. Ranked 102, got him at 142. Good value. Even though it's normal development, really not that bad of a pick here, coming from the college Drake. I've never heard of that. These are the picks after the drafts. Honestly, a pretty good draft. Connor Banks and Flanagan, both with hidden development. Kendrick Sims, hidden development. And then Sally here is hidden development as well. Benjamin, normal development, but 69 overall in the 5th round. Nice. Stop drafting after that. Overall, I think we actually had a really good draft with all the hidden developments we got. Now, this is the team after the draft. I could start Sally. He's a 68. I mean, is it really worth it? I mean, it can't really be too much worse than Ramondre Stevenson, averaging 3.6 per carry. I'm in a passing scheme anyways. Garrett Bradbury is not bad, but I do want to develop Flanagan long term, so I'm cool with this. Everything I like there. Benjamin's as a backup. I went to Mario Douglas in the slot this time. Defensively, what do we have? Sims and then Towns. Who is this guy? We got Zaire Towns, run stopper archetype. Not bad, honestly. 85 speed, 89 acceleration. Good pick from the AI. So I'm going to move him up a slot. Let's see what he does there as a backup. I really don't think he's going to be long-term. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make him the starter over Tavai. I just don't ever re-sign Tavai in any of my Patriot sims. Let's just try him out, see what he does. If he hits like a 75 overall or even like a 72 overall in year 1, honestly, wouldn't be bad for me long-term. Demario Douglas is going to play in the slot. I know if you have the number 1 and the Stefon Diggs is the number 1 and the slot, he's going to eat in simulation, but I don't want to be cheesy with it. Everything else here, just not going to really worry about for now. I like everything that I got. And then, yeah, I'm going to put Sally as the #1 for the running backs in both positions. I don't care how low of an overall he is. Let's move into the midseason mark for your #2. Here we are at the midseason mark. We are 5-2, coming off a 3-point loss to the Chargers, but a dominating win to the Jets here. 9th best offense in the NFL, 10th best passing offense, 21st defense. Seems reversed rather than real life. The worst rushing defense in the NFL. I have so much depth at defensive tackle. I guess Milton Williams isn't really that good in simulation. I don't know. Scouting national focus. I'm honestly going to do edge rusher. I usually never see Keon White develop in simulation. I mean, he usually gets a lot of tackles for a loss, but he's not really a pass rusher. For the re-signings, we have a bunch of money. Christian Gonzalez here, 5-year contract, $20 million a year. It's going to be more in real life. Stefon Diggs is a 3-year contract, so I'm going to adjust this to the actual realistic thing. Mario Douglas, even though I haven't seen his stats quite yet for starting in a season, he's young. He has star development. He's going to want to stay with this team. 4-year contract, $8 million a year. He's going to re-sign. Carlton Davis, depends how you play. He's pushing 30. I'll work down his contract as he ages. Milton Williams, let me look up his contract and then just adjust it from there. And then Keon White, just depends how he plays. He's just now getting off his rookie contract when he's about to turn 28 and start regressing. Really old rookie there. And then Robert Spillane's pushing 31 here. He doesn't want to be with the team. Mike, it really depends how he plays. He's in a contract here. He played great last year. Marte, I don't know. I'm conflicted about this. I might just trade him, honestly. He doesn't seem bad, but he's about to be 27. I highly doubt he makes it to an 85 overall. Cole Strangeman has been good for us so far. I'm pretty sure he's just good in simulation in general, so I'm going to re-sign him. And then anyone else here that I want, Antonio Gibson, Harold Landry, depends how you play. He had 13 sacks last year. Hunter Henry, I can honestly just cycle through him and replace him with somebody else. We'll see, though. Keyshawn Boutte, I'm probably going to trade. Juan Bentley, depends how you play. Jack Gibbons, depends how you play. And all these other extras. Just don't really want, except Bryce Behringer. He's young. He has normal development, but at the same time, punters take a while to development. So let's trade away Keyshawn Boutte. He's young. He's a higher overall for his age for sure. So I do think I can get value out of this. I'm going to be trading away Keyshawn Boutte to the Bears for a 4th and a 6th round pick. I know I can technically get more value for him, but at the same time, I want to be realistic about it. He doesn't really have that many stats to show for it. And of course, I'm not going to be re-signing him. So he is going to be off to them. And then anyone else, Marte, I kind of do want to trade him. Now I'm going to be trading him to the Seattle Seahawks for a 5th round pick. I know I don't use 5th round picks, but the AI does sometimes pick up ballers. I'm not going to be using those guys for the rest of the season. I know we're 5-2 and we could get long-term value. Well, the rest of the season value, I don't really care. Either way, Garrett Bradbury here. I'm stumbling over my words so bad. Garrett Bradbury, already have your replacement. Don't really want anyone else here. We'll see at the end of the season how these guys perform. But for now, we're 5-2. Let's move into the playoffs. I highly doubt any of those bench players are going to make a massive difference. And we finished 10-7. I actually like that as we're coming off a win to the Bills and the Broncos, but the Bills are going to take the division at 11-6, so it just didn't matter for them. 8th in offensive passing game, 8th in defensive passing game, and our defense did a little bit better, but our running defense, again, 32nd in the NFL. That's tragic, dude. Here to face the 11-6 Jacksonville Jaguars. We are 3 overalls higher than them. Drake May looks amazing, looks like a top 10 QB easily. 13th best offense in the NFL, 23rd defenses, yikes. 4,300 yards, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 112 pass rating, got sacked 1 less time than last year. Great season from Drake May there. And then Sally here, 3.2 per carry, 5 touchdowns, no fumbles. Yeah, that's worse than Ramondre Stevenson, but I don't really need Ramondre Stevenson. I'm not really going to use him. Ramondre Stevenson with 4.0 per carry, but only 28 attempts, so that really doesn't count. But Sally, not really doing that well. I might just have to trade for a running back. Stefon Diggs, another 1,000-yard season, 12 touchdowns. He's still producing. Demario Douglas, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. That's worth superstar development, honestly. That's a really good season. Tedero McMillan, 969 yards, nice, and 11 touchdowns. Hunter Henry, 900 yards, only 1 touchdown. I know he's producing a lot of numbers. I'm still not going to re-sign him. Again, you can just cycle through tight ends pretty easily. Sacks allowed here. Connor Banks blows, and then of course Mike in a contract year allows 12 sacks. I'm gonna drop him. Yeah, I'm just not gonna re-sign him. I know it's like I can convert him to guard or whatever. I'm not doing that. He's just not good. Connor though, I know 17 sacks is awful even in a rookie year. I'm going to try to let him cook and develop. I spent their 1st round pick for him. I'm not just going to throw him out in year 1. Jackson Flanagan, though, is great. And then Cole Strange allows 2 sacks. And Jaden Roberts only allows 2 sacks. Great season for both the guards. Robert Spillane, 106 tackles for a loss, 15 for Milton Williams, 14 for Christian Barmore, 13 for Harold Landry, 10 for Keon White. This is what I'm talking about. 44 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss isn't bad, 4.5 sacks. He's just not doing enough. I want a pass rusher. I don't want a run stopper. Sacks, 19 for Harold Landry. That's deserving of superstar development at least. I would argue X factor, but I'm not going to push my luck there. Milton Williams with 6 sacks, 4.5 for Keon White, interceptions, 4 for Robert Spillane. He's doing great. 106 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, 4 interceptions. I'm going to try and re-sign him. Kyle Duggar, 3 interceptions, deflections, 14 for Christian Gonzalez, balled out, 6 for Carlton Davis and Jabril Peppers, safeties, 1 for Milton Williams, defensive touchdowns, 1 for Robert Spillane. Can we beat the 11-6 Jacksonville Jaguars? We're 3 overalls higher than them to get our first playoff win since, 2020, and we don't do it here. Losing 31-26, defense just blew everything up there. That was unfortunate. Let's move in to the offseason. And the Chargers win their first ever Super Bowl here over the Cowboys. Cowboys actually making a Super Bowl appearance is crazy. Defensive back Will Johnson out of Michigan wins the Super Bowl MVP for the Chargers. Josh Allen wins the league MVP here. Harold Landry, Defensive Player of the Year. I'm going to give him X Factor. And then Eric Shields, Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Rams. And then Evan Foster with the Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Raiders. In the AFC East, Teron Armstead retires with the Dolphins. For the team upgrades, Drake May literally just had a top 10 season. He was like 6th in pass rating, 8th in passing touchdowns, like 6th in passing yards. He's more than deserving of superstar development. I don't care if people argue with me. He's definitely deserving it here. Then Demario Douglas. I know I'm pushing my luck here. He had 11 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards. That's a great season for a receiver. If he had below double digits, I would consider just leaving him at star there. But over 1,000 yards, double-digit touchdowns, I think that's fair. It's not like it's making him an X factor or anything, but I think he's pretty good. Banks comes with star development. Flanagan comes with star development. He had a really good rookie year, but I'm not going to push him to superstar. Again, don't want to push my luck. Harold Landry, I don't care what anyone says. Dude won Defensive Player of the Year. It literally means you are the best defensive player in the entire NFL. He's getting X factor. You're telling me that the AI didn't even upgrade him to a superstar development? That's ridiculous. He won the Defensive Player of the Year, and he didn't even move to superstar development. He was rated as the best player, defensive player in the entire NFL, and they said nah. He got 2 POTY. That's not DOPY, but we'll take it. Either way, he's more than deserving of X Factor. 19 sacks, Defensive Player of the Year, easily worth it. AI screwing him. Robert Spillane's up to X Factor. Kyle Duggar is up to Superstar. But what sucks for all of these guys getting their upgrades is that they will not progress because they are too old to progress. Towns is up to a 69. Nice. Why not just keep him as depth? But yeah. Sims is a star development, so that's cool as well. But yeah, either way, Harold Landry more than deserving of Superstar X Factor after winning Defensive Player of the Year. For the re-signings, Drake May, I'm just going to accept his option. Carlton Davis had a pretty good season. We'll sign him. We'll just do a 1-year contract with him, work down his contract, and he doesn't want to stay with us. I'm going to try and get him back in free agency because he does have a re-sign interest. Honestly, Keon White can walk. I'm just going to move on from him. Mike can walk. Robert Spillane, I'll pay him a bag and just a 1-year contract to stay here. I have the money to do it. He had an amazing year with us. He's an X Factor. $13 million for 1 year. I paid him an absolute bag, but again, I have the money to do it. Harold Landry, I'm going to pay you a bag. You just won Defensive Player of the Year. Let's do 1 year because he is 31. He's just going to keep progressing. So $16.6 million for 1 year. He's going to re-sign with that. And then Hunter Henry is down to a 75. Don't want him. Juan Bentley can walk. Jack Gibbons don't really want. But at the same time, he'll be a nice filler for now. So let's just do 1 year, boost his contract. And he wants to play for a new team. That's fine. I tried boosting his contract. Guess he wants something long term. Oh, that's fine. And then Carlton Davis, I'm going to try to go after in free agency. Keishon Boutte is already back in free agency. And he does not want to return with the team. Unfortunate for him. After free agency, huge free agency, getting Kyle Hamilton. I know Kyle Duggar just got superstar development, but he's old. He's just going to keep progressing. So Kyle Hamilton is a Patriot. Carlton Davis back on a 1 year contract. Same thing I exactly offered him before. I don't know why he was being picky. And then Henry To'oTo'o here to replace Juan Bentley. So not a bad signing. 3 year contract. We have a bunch of money left. Need to save it for Drake May there, but we already paid Christian Gonzalez. Let's move into the draft. So before we move into the draft, let's look at what we need. We need a new right tackle. I need overall maybe a new tight end. Benjamin will probably ball just because of the scheme that we're in. I like everything we got there. I need a middle linebacker for the long term. I don't really want Tavai. I'm probably still going to start Towns over him. Jabril Peppers, need an edge rusher. So edge rusher is going to be what I draft first. Maybe I draft a guard and move him to offensive tackle. Sometimes that works if they have the size. Let's just see what we have. We're going to be picking at pick number 22 in the draft, the highest Patriots draft pick since Tom Brady, really. So let's see what we have here. As we have Earl Looms, 225, but a neck the size of a skyscraper. We We have a tight end that I'm not going to draft in the first round, and a right tackle, and Joe Florence here at Arizona State, 6'6", 320, good strength. Looks pretty good, honestly, but the last time I draft Banks in the first round, he has not been good so far. How about this guy? Mike Harrison, 250, power rusher out of Mississippi State here. Elite strength, great speed. I low-key just want to take him. A power moves, A hit power, F zone coverage, doesn't matter. He's not going to be in coverage. His pursuit A to B as well. That's big for chasing down guys. A awareness. I honestly just talked myself into it. I know it's like, oh, you should do more scouting. I don't care. I'm going to pick up Mike Harrison here. He's ranked 15, got him at 22. Hidden development. That's a great pick in my opinion. Great skills, great athleticism, elite strength at his position. 84 strength is nice. I see some offensive linemen with like 82 or 83 strength, so that guy being 250 pounds with 84 strength is actually pretty big. In fact, you could say it's probably massive. But looking into the right tackles, there's a first to second rounder and the late second rounder, so I'm skeptical about this. Larry Mack, 6'6", 312, another Miami guy, marginal strength. I immediately just don't like. The rest of these guys are just post UDFAs as well. And then the left tackle, second or third rounder for Dexter Bryant here, 317 out of Auburn here. He has poor strength. I'm not picking you. And then Josh Collin here out of Texas A&M, 6'5", 306, solid strength. Doesn't look insane. He's a pass protector archetype. Is there a right guard that looks better, a left guard that I can convert? This guy, Greg Kendrick, 341, definitely got the size. Power archetype, great strength, great acceleration here. His skills may not be better in the pass department. Running-wise, definitely. He's a big guy. He can definitely kick outside to the offensive tackle position. Ranked 20, got him at 54. Hidden development, way better strength. He's going to be the new right tackle. In the third round, let's try and snag a tight end here. This guy doesn't look bad. Julian Bush out of Connecticut, 6'3", 265. Elite strength, good speed. A's and B's across the board. Let's just try out Bush. I think he's going to have normal development. Ranked 155, got him at 86 here. Normal development to be expected, but not bad overall. And then in the fourth round, that's probably going to be one of my last picks here. Going to do a middle linebacker here. Clyde McCoy doesn't seem that bad. 6 foot, 244. Doesn't really look that good athletically. Let's sort by physicals, actually. Colt Nelson, strengths isn't very good. Let's look at left outside linebacker. This guy's a power rusher. Pass coverage. This guy has great speed, elite acceleration, day 3 guy to Delaware. I mean, I might just pick him for his physicals. That's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to see what he has. Ranked 320, got him at 118. Not very good value, but whatever. Mike Harrison, 76 overall. Nailed that pick. Greg Kendrick, 75 here. That was a good pick. Julian Bush, all right. This guy, Justin, was bad. Then I just stopped drafting after that. AI picked up some pretty solid guys here. Eric Page here, 69 overall, normal development. Nice. Now, this is the team after the draft. We got Kendrick on the outside. Benjamin's going to be the starter over Bush here because he's a 68. I'm worried that Stefon Diggs is going to retire after this season. He's already down to an 85 overall, so hopefully we can win a Super Bowl with him this year. We got Sally here. Honestly, let's just keep moving him up. He's a 73 overall now. I don't think he's going to be that good. I might have to trade for running back, but we are in a passing scheme. Jabril Peppers is regressing. We got Kyle Duggar as a backup now. He's probably on a big contract, but I got the money, so it's not that big of a deal right now. And then Sally, let's move up. Ramondre Stevenson can stay the 2. Kyle Duggar does not need to be a sub linebacker, but they're going to make him one anyways, and he doesn't need to be in the slot either. Everything else here looks pretty good. Hopefully Harrison's pretty good. He does look good so far, but 84 overall team. It's possible with some morale boost. Drake May's been balling, so let's see how we do at the midseason for year number 3. 4-3, not bad, coming off back-to-back wins, the Ravens and the Colts here. Defense continues to sell, dude. 24th points per game. Our passing defense isn't doing that good anymore. Something needs to change, dude. This is getting annoying. Weekly awards here as well. We have Henry To'oTo'o here with 2 interceptions, 8 tackles. Nice game. We got a linebacker and a quarterback breakout challenge. I'm assuming this is Henry, and this is going to be Henry. Let's see if we can get him star development. Then, of course, we have a Drake May breakout challenge. He needs to have 350 passing yards and no interceptions to get a superstar X Factor. I mean, okay. Sometimes I see it be ridiculous. It's like, oh, get 300 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. It's like, you know what? That's not happening, dude. Scouting national focus. Do I go back to defensive tackle? I mean, Christian Barmore and Milton Williams are going to be there. They're under contract. I have a 3rd defensive tackle. I guess I'm just going to do middle linebacker. I mean, my D-line really isn't doing that well. Players ready to negotiate. Harold Landry, depends how you play. Carlton Davis, same thing. Robert Spillane, same thing. Stefon Diggs, I want to keep you because you've been giving us over 1,000 yards every single season consistently. I guess my dogs don't like the contract, but I'm going to give him 1 year. He's going to re-sign on that. He's been doing great for us. He's part of the rebuild too. Jalen Polk, no. Kyle Duggar, Jabril Peppers. He's pushing 32 here. I don't really want anyone else here. Tedero McMillan, I'll probably accept that option. Let's see if we can beat the 5-1 Bills to try and be a 5-3 team here as we lose them, get crushed 45-14. Let's see our breakouts. Definitely didn't get them. And Henry actually does get a star development upgrade. Okay. Did Drake May magically get 350 yards and no interceptions after the Bills just dropped 45 points on us? I highly doubt it here, but let's see if he gets some XP. Was Stefon Diggs my head coach there? Did you guys just see that? Superstar X Factor for Drake May. I don't know how we do that by scoring only 14 points, but I'm not bugging. Stefon Diggs was definitely my head coach there. So Drake May getting X Factor is big for the team, and then also Harrison has superstar development. That's nice to see. And then Toe here. I'm never going to pronounce that right, but Henry here with star development. Everything else seems pretty good for now. What's my right tackle's development trait? Just star. That's fine with me. Everything's good. 85 overall team. We need to be doing better than just what we're doing right now. The defense needs to heavily step up. Here we are in the playoffs, back-to-back years, going 10-7, coming off back-to-back division wins to the Dolphins and the Jets. That was huge. They're 8th best passing offense, 32nd in rushing offense, 23rd in rushing defense. Yikes, not a very good time for us. Steelers defense, 2nd in the NFL, number 1 in passing defense. That's typical for the Steelers. Drake May, amazing year again. Pass rating went down, but still a great year. 20th best offense, still 15th defense. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Drake May, 4,300 yards, 38 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 109 pass rating, got sacked 50 times. That is so bad. Sally, 3.1 per carry. He is not it. I have to trade for a new running back 100%. Demario Douglas, 12 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Stefon Diggs, even though it's not a 1,000-yard season typically, still 960 yards, 7 touchdowns, still a good season from him. Tedero McMillan still has yet to break 1,000 yards with us. He's getting close, 950, 10 touchdowns. And then Eddie Benjamin, again, he's like doing just as good, if not outperforming Hunter Henry here. And he's like a 71 overall, almost 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Great season for him in his starting year. Sacks allowed, Banks just does worse, allowing 17 last year, then 18 this year. Kendrick here allows 13. I know it's like I converted him from a guard to a tackle, but like Banks is still doing trash even though he's already a tackle. Cole Strange allows 8. That's the worst he's done. Jackson Flanagan allows 6. Roberts allows 4. I mean, still, this is not good. Roberts has been great for us, though. Henry with 141 tackles. He had a great year with us. Tackles for a loss, 18 for Milton Williams, 16 for Harold Landry, 12 for Mike Harrison, 11 for Christian Barmore. Sacks, 9 for Mike Harrison, leading the team year 1 after moving on from Keon White. That's the replacement I like. Harold Landry, I'm going to give him a re-signing. 16 tackles for a loss, 8.5 sacks. Milton Williams, 5.5 sacks, 18 tackles for a loss. Christian Barmore, only 4 sacks, but 11 tackles for a loss. 3 interceptions for Robert Spillane. He had 95 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss, 4 deflections. Good season, but he's just going to keep regressing. I might just move on. And then deflections on the team. 5 for Marcus Jones, really? That's the highest on the team. Safeties, 1 for Christian Barmore. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Who is the Steelers' current quarterback? It is Jalen Milroe. Of course it is. Can we beat the Jalen Milroe Pittsburgh Steelers to move on to the divisional round? They're 1 overall higher than us, and the answer is yes. 34-26. Here to face the 11-6 Houston Texans. They are 3 overalls higher than us. Can we beat them to go to the conference championship for the first time in a long time? And we do. 20-14. Here to face the 9-8 Cleveland Browns. I think I remember seeing Shedeur Sanders as the Browns QB. And yeah, Shedeur Sanders, 91 overall, superstar development. He's balling. So let's hop into this game to see if we're going to beat the 9-8 Cleveland Browns to move on to the Super Bowl. It's a snow day. Unfortunately, Jameis Winston plays for the Giants now and not the Browns because you know Jameis Winston loves his snow days. But anyways, 6-7 game here in the second quarter. Offense needs to get stuff going. Defense is doing their job here. 6-7 still. Offense, please do something. My God, dude. 14-6 here. Defense holding strong. Defense, what an amazing game from the defense here. 14-6. Defense wasn't showing up all year until this playoffs. That's when it matters the most. I swear Stefon Diggs is my head coach. Did you guys see that? He's running out to the field. He's head coach. He's receiver. He's all over the place. But hey, I'll take it. Here to face the 11-6 Los Angeles Rams. We are 2 overalls higher than them currently. Who is their current quarterback? I'm always curious. Eric Shields here. I remember this guy getting Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is just his 2nd year in the NFL, too, and he's already balling. For the team upgrades, we know Drake May already got superstar development at the midseason mark. Benjamin goes to star development after that easy breezy season. Defensively here, anything else here? Henry goes to superstar development. That's nice to see. Harrison already came with superstar development. We knew that. No actual upgrades for the team. I'm really surprised Christian Gonzalez hasn't gone up to superstar. He's been getting a lot of deflections for us. He's been great for us, of course, because he's Christian Gonzalez. But let's see if we can recreate the 2017, 2018 Super Bowl between the Rams and the Patriots. Obviously, the Rams have a different logo now. That was like the most boring Super Bowl ever. 3-13 final score. We all know it should have been Saints versus Patriots, but whatever. Here we are against the Rams. They're going to open up with nothing. We're going to open up with nothing. Our defense allows 7. Our offense scores 7. Nice stuff there. They're going to punt again. Offense, good stuff. Defense is doing really well. 14-14 at halftime. We start out with a punt, 21-14 here, and we're going to make it 24-14. Nice 2-score lead. Just hold the ball. Just run the ball. Hold the ball. Hold the ball. Hold the ball. Good job. 24-14. The Rams can't beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and Stefon Diggs will get a Super Bowl ring, and this will be a successful rebuild for your New England Patriots. Kyle Hamilton getting a ring as well. Dude, that's Stefon Diggs. I swear to you, that's Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs is our head coach, and he's getting a Super Bowl ring. He's getting a head coach ring, a player ring. He's playing every position for us. Drake May, 2 touchdowns, 250 yards. He's probably going to get Super Bowl MVP because Super Bowl MVP is always biased towards quarterback. 119 pass rating. Good game from him. Probably should have gone to the defense, though. And Drake May is your Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins another league MVP here and the Offensive Player of the Year. And then Mike Harrison wins the Defensive Player of the Year. Well, not Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. But we still have one more year to go. Let's see if Stefon Diggs retired. In the AFC East, no, he did not retire. He wants to run it back as a coach and a player again. Taylor Moton, Tyreek Hill, and Deion Dawkins all retire. For the players ready to negotiate, I'll accept the option for Tedero McMillan. Harold Landry, even though he's older, dude, I don't really care. I have the money to sign him, so why not just keep signing him? He's going to re-sign back for another year. Carlton Davis, exact same deal. He's been great for us. Let's just boost his money to make sure he stays. He re-signs. Robert Spillane, he's down to a 79, but again, we're a Super Bowl winning team. He's been great for us the entire time. He wasn't that great this year, but still, I'll take him back. Jalen Polk, Kyle Duggar, I don't want. Jabril Peppers, if I can't find anyone else better, I'll take him back for another year. He can be depth. I'm probably going to look to replace him. Everyone else here, I'm just not interested in. I have $58 million to spend. Let's see what we got in free agency. I desperately need a running back. And ask and you shall receive. Jahmyr Gibbs is in free agency. How convenient. Yeah, I didn't really like anything else in free agency. I have $36 million to spend. I'm gonna have to pay Drake May, even though the rebuild will end before that, but I don't want to be too cheesy with it. We got Jahmyr Gibbs. I like the team. So going into the draft here, Stefon Diggs is down to an 82 overall without the boost, so that's unfortunate. Jahmyr Gibbs, 99 overall. So much depth at the running back position. I really don't need Ramondre Stevenson, but sure, he's a higher overall fullback than he is a running back. That is very tragic for his career. Banks has not developed. Kendrick has only been in the league for 1 year, but unfortunate offensive line for Drake May. He still won the Super Bowl with it. Jabril Peppers, I'm probably going to replace him in the draft. Want depth at the middle linebacker position. Honestly, our defensive lineman ranking for the rushing defense hasn't been great despite the depth I've had, but Malik Harrison and Harold Landry, of course, have both been ballers. Our secondary has actually been pretty good, but let me try and get a new free safety and a new depth middle linebacker. And there's a safety here called Elijah Wall. A hit power, A catching, A man coverage, C zone coverage I don't really like, but he doesn't look bad at all. Running a 4.5 here, basically. 4.49, same thing. Great strength, great speed, decent acceleration here. Why not just take him? Probably just going to start him regardless of his development. Rank 17, got him at 32. Hidden development, he will be the starter. And then in the late round number 2, there's a top 5 QB on the board. How is this guy sliding? He looks great, dude. 6'3", 223 at a UCF. Elite strength, good throw power, great acceleration, decent speed. Runs a 4.76, A awareness, A break sack. This dude looks like a baller. Logan White, top 5 prospect, just casually sliding down the board. That's wild. But for the linebackers, Michael Rudd here, he has A awareness here, 6 foot, 244 here, great speed, decent strength, great acceleration, A awareness, A play rec, B tackle. Pursuit is only a C, but I'll pick him because why not? Rank 62, got him at 64. Hidden development, great pick. Pick 32 here in the 3rd round here. Probably just going to go with defensive tackle. I got to pick this guy. Never mind. I just have to pick this guy. I know we don't need quarterback. Why is this guy sliding? End of the 3rd round. I want to see it. I'm just curious. Ranked 82, got him at 96. Normal development. He's still not even bad. He's still not even bad. He still looks like a baller. I was just so curious. I had to pick him. I'm going to simulate to the end of the draft. Elijah Wall here, 75 overall. Michael Rudd, 72. 71 for Logan White. I thought he was going to be a lot better, but honestly, not a bad depth backup quarterback. If Drake May gets injured at some point, even though injury is off, I'm just kidding. He's going to be trade value later on, but for a late 3rd round pick for a top 5 prospect, honestly, not bad. Mitch Williams here, he is a 74 overall rookie that I didn't pick. Good pick by the AI. Good depth there. And then a receiver that's a 70 overall. Not bad. Earl Hamlin. These are pretty good value picks later down the board from the AI, but we're going to move in to the 4th and final year. Now, this is the team moving into the 4th and final year. Stefon Diggs probably going to play in the slot now with 83 overall with the preseason boost. Hopefully, the offensive line actually blocks this time. Highly doubt. Rudd's a 74. The AI Drake, I forgot about this guy. He is a 70 overall. Elijah Wall is going to be the starter right now. Everyone else looks pretty good. 88 overall team. Pretty good. Stefon Diggs is going to play in the slot. He's been great for us. Robert Spillane, honestly, I want him to be the number 1 here. Everyone else looking pretty good. So apart from that, let's move into the fourth and final year and see if we can win back-to-back Super Bowls with Stefon Diggs. 11-6, making the playoffs again, but once again, the Bills steal it from us, getting the #1 seed in a bye week here. Second best offense in points per game, second in passing game, 8th in rushing game with Jahmyr Gibbs. Defense still kind of mid here. Our defensive rushing game has either been 22nd or worse the entire rebuild. Milton Williams obviously not doing enough. I know his stats are good, but evidently our defensive line just isn't good enough, even though I'm getting Defensive Player of the Year with Harold Landry. Stats and awards, Drake May, easily the best QB in the NFL. Show it to me. League MVP. What? Snubbed here, dude. Absolutely snubbed. Second in passing yards, #1 in passing touchdowns, 4th in pass rating. Best offense in the NFL, 17th best defense here. 45 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, also having 2 rushing touchdowns. Maybe Josh Allen has more. Josh Allen, he has less touchdowns but less interceptions, a little bit better pass rating here, and then he has 5 rushing touchdowns, so I think we have more total touchdowns, actually. Yeah, so Drake May has 47 total touchdowns with his 2 rushing touchdowns, but he has 5 more interceptions, less pass rating. He got sacked 38 times, so that's still not good, but it's much better than 50 from last year. So either way, you can just pick and choose how you want. Either way, I still think Drake May should have won League MVP. Jahmyr Gibbs, 5.8 per carry, 12 touchdowns, even though he fumbled once, I don't care, 1,200 yards. This is an amazing year. 5.8 per carry is ridiculous. Tedero McMillan, huge year from him. 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Eddie Benjamin, this is what I was talking about with the playbook before. It doesn't matter who you put at tight end. 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's going to be a superstar. Demario Douglas, almost 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Stefon Diggs, even though he is regressing and he has below 900 yards now, still 10 touchdowns. He's been great for us the entire rebuild. Sacks allowed here. Banks, I mean, this is best season yet, which isn't really saying a lot. Kendricks, better season than last year. Roberts, his worst season yet. Flanagan allows 6. Strange allows only 1. That should be superstar development. Great year from him. Henry here with 109 tackles for a loss, 15 for Harold Landry, 11 for Christian Barmore. Sacks, 11 for Harold Landry. He's been a baller the entire rebuild, only if he stays healthy in real life. 9 for Milton Williams, 6.5 for Mike Harrison. Huge down year from last year, honestly. Interceptions, 4 for Christian Gonzalez. Only a total of 6 picks throughout the entire year. Tragic. Deflections, 15 from Christian Gonzalez. That's deserving of superstar. He did great this year. 9 for Robert Spillane, 8 for Carlton Davis, who's been great. Safeties, 1 for Mike Harrison, and defensive touchdowns is 0. Can we beat the 10-7 Los Angeles Chargers? We're 2 overalls higher than them to move on to the divisional round here, and the answer is no. Of course, dude. Whenever my team is at the best of its ability, its peak, we just lose and wipe out in the wild card. Of course, it's the Chargers. Weird. And the Bills win back-to-back, not back-to-back, but 2 Super Bowls in the simulation here. And, of course, Josh Allen steals the league MVP from us. He gets another Super Bowl MVP here in the simulation. So, good for him, but not good for us considering he's a division rival. Before I end out the video, Tedero McMillan, superstar development from him, and it looks like Stefon Diggs does retire after that. That's fine with me. Benjamin goes to superstar development. Defensively, anything else here that I can see from the upgrades? Oh my gosh, Rudd was a superstar X Factor. What a pick. And Wall was a superstar development. Christian Gonzalez goes to superstar. I wish my defense would have just performed in the simulation, but hey, we got Stefon Diggs a ring. We got the Patriots a ring. It's a successful rebuild. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know down in the comments below which team you want me to rebuild next, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.